Hello and welcome back to the Nasty Metal Production channel here at YouTube. So, I definitely wanted to review this when it was released back in July 12th of this year, and that's of course is the Bastards Born EP by Wretch, which of course last year I had reviewed their debut full-length album, which was this right here, which is a killer album right there, really killer album. I just never got around to, so when this year, or earlier this month or so, when I definitely announced that I was going to be doing this December review thing or so, that was definitely going to be leading up to my top lists of this year, I definitely had to review it now. Had definitely planned it, and here I am. So, this, of course, is a 3-track EP. 2 of the tracks here are actually covers, re-recordings of Gates of Slumber tracks, which, of course, in my review for the first Wretch album, I definitely stated that this is pretty much the band was formed out of the ashes of Gates of Slumber, which was Carl Simon's first band, and the reason why Wretch definitely was formed was because of when Gates of Slumber passed away, Dave McCash ended up passing away, and so this was definitely a EP, and the album, and of course Wretch was formed. So, with that, there really is only 2 covers, 2 re-recordings on this EP, and only 1 newer track on here. But both the 2 tracks are great. Definitely great tracks. Just good solid slabs of epic doom metal. Just killer tracks. But for me, I think the best thing for this EP that I actually really like is, of course, is the last track, which is track number 3, and that's, of course, is called Basement Dweller. It's basically a... let me look at the members here. It's basically a jam between drummer Chris Gordon and bass player Bryce Clark. And Bryce Clark really is showcasing a bit of his skills here. It's a great jam between the 2, and it's just a killer instrumental, but the way I just look more of like a jam track. Just a killer track, and it's one of the best songs I think on the EP, but nothing to take away from the first 2 tracks here. So, with that, my rating would be a 8 out of 10. It's a solid EP, and it's definitely worth checking out. I don't think the EP is nearly on the same level as the debut, because I really like the debut a lot. But this one is a nice, just a nice warmer. Kind of like a plate warmer or something like that. It's just a nice, if you're if you're listening to Gates of Slumber, then listening to Wretch, and you need a bit of that fix, this is definitely that type of EP that definitely would it would definitely scratch that itch for sure. Doing good for time. So, however, before I really do end this, I definitely want to kind of point out the reasons behind this EP. Now, Wretch released this EP on their own Bandcamp page, and it was for a Name Your Price. But now, Bad Omen Records, they are still signed to them, but even though it's got the Bad Omen Records logo right on the cover, it wasn't released through Bad Omen. Didn't really release it on there. They let Wretch to take over, which is for obvious reasons. If you would decide to actually pay, put some money toward, whatever, for this EP, this money would definitely go, towards the Amy Whitehouse Foundation, set up to prevent drug and alcohol misuse amongst young people and help the most vulnerable to reach their full potential. and the Indiana Actions Issues Coalition. So it's definitely, I think, after the whole death of Dave McCash, definitely Carl Simon definitely wanted to put some, some good use at least. He wanted to definitely help out those who are definitely going through that kind of problems that he was going through. So it's a really good cause, and I definitely see why Wretch definitely wanted to release it on their own page, to definitely go towards a good fund, towards a good cause. So really good intentions. Even though doom metal